There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace, the word is...
Alright guys, we're back. We're cooler. In fact, we're just too sweet. So let's take a look at Old Man Logan, Wolverine, and Hawkeye. This is one that I was torn about getting, and now here he is. Was I right to get him? I don't know. I haven't even looked at him yet. You're seeing him first, because that's just how generous I am as a reviewer. I know, I'm just the nicest guy. Look, you even get the glare from the window as well. I spared no expense. So yeah, here they are. Here is the beautiful box art as well. That's just absolutely stunning. The character designs on these are just gorgeous. You've got Hawkeye on the back here, blind Hawkeye, and you've got Old Man Logan. For those of you not in the know, come on, of course you know, that's why you're watching this video, because you're a Marvel zombie just like me. But for those of you who might want a refresher, Old Man Logan is set in the future where Wolverine has killed the X-Men. He was basically, all of the villains of the Marvel Universe got together and they were like, what's the most dickish thing we can do? How can we really be just like the worst? And they come up with this idea where Mysterio will use his illusion abilities to trick Wolverine into thinking that the X-Men are actually other people, villains, you know, and he is trying to defend the X-Men. So Wolverine essentially kills all the X-Men with his bare hands, thinking that they are you know, enemies. And then of course he snaps out of the illusion and it's like, oh my god, I've brutally butchered all my friends and family. Can you imagine that? Like, that's dark. Hang on, where'd I put my knife? Ah, here it is. So yeah, that's the concept for Old Man Logan. So that happens, and then we go into the future. I don't know, is it like 50 years? It's far enough that Wolverine has aged considerably, and the world, unsurprisingly, has completely gone to hell. So Wolverine's living in kind of a wasteland of America where the villains have won. Basically, this is what it would be like if the villains won, and it's not a pretty picture. So Wolverine's just living his life. You know, he's sworn never to unpop his claws again, and he's got a wife and a kid, and eventually what happens is the Hulk gang. So the Incredible Hulk's offspring, who are all basically like inbred hillbilly yokels, they kill his family. And just one thing you don't want to do is kill Wolverine's family. It's never going to end well for you. So of course he goes on a road trip with Hawkeye across America, basically sort of like seeking revenge. I gotta admit, I haven't read it for a long time, so there might be some like huge big thing I'm forgetting. But basically that's it. It's a road trip across America. Wolverine and Hawkeye out for revenge, but Wolverine doesn't want to pop his claws, and the whole time you're reading it you're like, come on! Come on! You know you want to pop your claws! So yeah, let's take a look at the figures. Oh yeah. Yeah, I made the right decision. This was a no-brainer. If I had seen these in person, like, I wouldn't have doubted myself about getting these. These are beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, let me just readjust. There we go. I'm sitting Indian style down here. These are great. Again, like so many Marvel Legends, pictures don't do it justice. You gotta see these things in person. So let's pop out. Let's kind of like build up to the main event, which I guess is Old Man Logan. So let's go Hawkeye first. Got that plastic crack, so satisfying. Here is Old Man Hawkeye with a head sculpt straight out of Chris Christopherson from Blade. You know, if this isn't Chris Christopherson from Blade, I will eat my Decepticon hat. I can just hear him going, "Catch you at a bad time." I don't want to swear on this channel, but you know the quote. I love Chris Christopherson in Blade. Normally it's like, I think it's cheap when they kill a character off and then bring them back for the sequel, but I allowed that in my little headcanon because I was like, no, Chris Christopherson is worth bringing back. But yeah, that face, oh my goodness. If he wasn't like expensive, which obviously he is, I would love to use this to get a custom made of Kane from the Ben Reilly Lost Years story, because Kane, before he comes back to New York, he's working as like a hired gun, and basically he has this kind of like Rob Zombie look going on with some sunglasses, and basically this head sculpt is perfect for that. But no. Old Man Hawkeye will remain Old Man Hawkeye. He's got the same satchel as Mary Jane and the Green Goblin. He's got a little sort of harness around his back as well, which I guess would be to hold his quiver in kayfabe. He's got the glove as well, like Diesel in the mid-90s. Now let's take a look. We have, of course, the Hawkeye quiver with the arrows. We're going to port that into the back here. There you go, that fits nicely. And already, look at him taking shape. Doesn't he look good? I love it when figures like these are kind of like Kinder eggs. Yeah, you gotta put them together. Now we have two bows. I'm just flinging these out all over the place. We have the regular bow. This is the same bow that we've seen many, many times over in all the different Hawkeye versions and variants. The Kate Bishop Hawkeye has the same one. So it's a standard bow. And you know what? I'll give Hasbro some credit. Because they could have left it there. They could have cheaped out. I know what you're thinking. Really, Hasbro? Cheap out? Get out of here. It's true, it can happen. Oh, cup of tea. Oh, cup of tea. Right. Now we have the bells and whistles bow. Now, I'm not an archer. I know, shocking. Although I have been compared to Archer a lot. You want ants? That's how you get ants. But this is, what's it called? What's the word for this kind of bow? A recurve bow. Like, is that short for like recurvement? That's what it's called. This, facts, this is called a recurvement bow. Look it up, I'll tell you. So there you go. This is like the new bow, which Hasbro didn't have to make, but they made it. They went the extra mile. Good on you, Hasbro. Yeah, you're getting better. Okay, so I got to try and figure out what hands this ideally goes in, because obviously this is meant to be drawn back. So I'm guessing he's got his sort of two-finger gripping kind of pose here, so that hooks onto, ooh, that hooks very nicely as it falls down. Now I don't know what way up. Oh, it must be this way up. So let me see if I can hook this in here. Okay, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. You can't tell how long I was bumbling around there because I fast forwarded it, but still, we've got him in his drawing position. It's kind of a relaxed drawing position. He's more like, I'm going to gently draw this, but I'll play around with him properly to pose him. But yeah, this looks good. I'm digging this. He's got the knee pads there as well. He's just got that intense look on his face. I'm so bad at this. I really like this figure. This is a great looking Clint Barton here. And obviously he's not wearing any sunglasses in this figure, so maybe this is before he's blinded. Again, I can't remember how and when he gets blinded. I'm just gonna have to reread the story after I've read Silver Century and Iron Man. But this is where we have the blinded head with the glasses. I'm guessing maybe a nuclear explosion like the Flash. That might have been what blinded him. But also this, now again, Clone Saga. Who could this be from the Clone Saga? Someone who's not really worth making a figure for. When Ben Reilly gets a job working in a coffee shop called The Daily Grind, there's an old fella who sits there and he banters with, drinking his coffee. Could totally be this guy, but it's not really worth making a legend for. But still, could be. Actually, the retro Peter Parker body with this head on it, that would make sense. I'm not going to buy a retro Peter Parker just for that, though. But still, it's a nice looking head sculpt. I like it. I don't think it'll ever get used, because this dashing Hawkeye, I mean, this is a handsome son of a gun here. It would be a shame not to use this head sculpt. Right, so that's Hawkeye done. Now, before we go to Wolverine, let's just go to the other cute little accessory. We have the Hulk baby. The cute, adorable little Hulk baby. Look at his stupid little green face. This is fun. This is silly. I dig it. He's got way too much like cool, funky, spiky hair. He looks like a baby Amadeus Cho. So since Amadeus Cho was a Hulk, he looks like a baby, totally awesome Hulk. But this is a fun little accessory, nicely wrapped up in his papoose. And actually, the facial detailing on this is very cool. It's nice. It's got some real character to it. If I had a better camera, you would be able to see it. But what are you gonna do? All right, let's crack open Wolverine now. Cracky crack. All right. Look at this guy. Oh, look at the duster coat's all torn up at the back. This is a proper old man Logan. I like this. I like it a lot. This is, he looks like something out of a Garth Ennis, Derek Roberts type Judge Dredd, Cursed Earth sort of story. And I can imagine Judge Dredd, like the Cursed Earth type stuff, was very influential to Old Man Logan. There's more than some passing resemblances, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you can take from the classics. But yeah, this looks great. He's got that angry, grizzled old, slightly Amish beard looking thing, which actually I could be guilty of sometimes as well. But I like it. He's something that's going to stand out on the shelf, because I don't have the Old Man Logan figure. If I did, I might have thought twice about this set, but I don't have that figure. And Old Man Logan became quite a important part to the modern 616. I believe it's in the Secret Wars storyline. You know, all the different universes and dimensions get converged upon one another, and Old Man Logan winds up in the 616. So he becomes an X-Man, and he even meets his contemporary self, and there's a really good story, the Old Man Logan series, where basically he sets out to kill Mysterio before Mysterio can do what he does. And it's really fun, because normally Spider-Man villains fight Spider-Man and people stay in their compartments, whereas here we see Wolverine going after a classic Spider-Man villain, and that's really good fun. But yeah, of course he's got his claws popped out here. Inevitably, of course he's going to pop his claws. So yeah, I think that looks great with his old man cowboy hat here. It's just got a lot of character to it, you know? So what's this? Yeah, I was just about to double check there. There are extra hands, because I'm not even sure if I want Old Man Logan popping his claws. Or maybe popping one claw. But his look on his face doesn't look angry enough. Like, it's not, whatever's happening here is not a two-claw situation. Maybe it's a one-claw situation. Like, you'll best just back off, all right? But we do have other hands here. So I'm going to pop these out. There's hand number 1. And hand number 2. And we also have, while I'm popping, because once you pop, legally you can't stop, is what I understand. There we go. We have the Old Man Logan head. Let me move Iron Man 2020. I'm going to have so much clearing up to do after this. You don't realize how much work goes into just clearing up after each one of these videos. I make such a mess. We have the Old Man Logan head, which I believe is the same Old Man Logan head that came out with the original figure. So it's nice to include that there. So if you want to, you can just have him in your contemporary X-Men display as modern Old Man Logan. It sounds kind of funny that there's so many there's new Old Man Logan and Old Man Logan. But I'm going to pop off one hand and have him cradling Baby Hulk. And let's see how this looks here. There's some great stuff, again, that came from Old Man Logan. You get stories set in the 616 where the Maestro comes back, and it's just, yeah, it's a good time. That's a great sort of modern creation. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to sort of position him. Yeah, I'm dropping babies all over the place. There must be a good way of like sort of getting his hand to, because right now it doesn't look like his hand is gripping the papoose. It looks like he's just kind of, this open claw is just sort of cradling it. It looks a little bit odd, but I'll figure that out one way or another. Actually, I'll fast forward. I want to do it properly. There you go. I still don't really have him. He's not gripping the baby. He's kind of holding it twixt his arm. That's how English people talk. We say things like twixt. I am but holding thine baby, twixt one arm and body. But actually it sounds very Amish now. 'Tis a fine barn, but 'tis no baby English. Here is Old Man Logan with the Baby Hulk, with his wonky claws popped, and his wonderful, I love the duster. I love the torn up duster jacket. That's just fantastic. I'm digging this. I am really, really digging this. Next to Old Man Hawkeye as well. What a great pair. I really want to go and read more of the Old Man stuff now, because I know that there's Avengers of the Wasteland. That's a spin-off story. We have Old Man Quill, which I don't know if that's set in the same universe or if they're just taking the Old Man sort of moniker. But these two guys together, Yeah, big old thumbs up. So what a day for Marvel Legends unboxing. I know I've been neglecting Marvel Legends a little bit, going the old NECA route, but Marvel Legends is always going to be my bread and butter. Because one thing I've realized from collecting NECA, I love these NECA figures, but I love Marvel Legends more. I love the big, bold brightness of them. So I love NECA, but my heart's always going to be with Marvel Legends. So yeah, Old Man Logan, Hawkeye, mwah, fantastic stuff. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I've got another unboxing to do, but I'm going to do that for a separate video. Just keep this one exclusively Marvel Legends. Guys, thanks for supporting the channel. Like and subscribe. If you want to join some extra content, join me on Patreon, patreon.com/displaying model behavior. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep displaying model behavior.